have just had one awesome couple of days. I have a mountain of layouts to show you, and I have put this pile times 3, maybe 4 into albums. So I'm just letting you know my back is really sore. It was full on. I will never let my pile get this far out of control, out of albums ever again. Okay, so what I'm going to do, some of these have videos to go with them, some don't. This one I believe does not. This is a page that I did purely as an idea to sort of add, you know, Mum, she's born in 76, Dad's born in 69. You know, I wanted it as sort of like a title page. There's no photos on it, and that was actually done on purpose because I wanted it to be about the days and the dates and all that sort of jazz. So yeah, I actually quite liked how that turned out. It's pretty good. Made the little mini envelopes using the We Are Memory Keepers little mini envelope. If you can see them nice and close. They actually do fold over, so you can actually make them proper envelopes, but I just wanted to make them so just these little tags. Yeah, so I like that one. Okay, so then we have this one. I don't think this one has a video with it, but it was pure. I might leave them down there, that might be easier. I loved the idea of just having all the words and words and words and words and words. And flowers, which is my daughter. This was just explaining my daughter trying on glasses. She had to get glasses, and yeah, it was something simple, so I kept it simple. This one, I bought my daughter some new, I bought Jen some new pants and a shirt, and she's being crazy. Stars, so I sewed some lines, you can see. So I've done a little bit of embossing stars, which wasn't the most successful because I needed a new embossing pad at that time. And I did some sewing, some cute little stars. I sewed through my title because I really wasn't confident that it was going to hold, but that's alright, it worked, looks good. This one, I absolutely love all the grungy, chunky, grungy, lifted up, frayed. I love that. I'm totally loving that at the moment. Sorry about the glare. I'm going to try. I'm lifting them up purely to avoid the glare. So I did this, I sewed around each section in corresponding colour. I also did some, ooh, where am I? There. Just some pen work. I think sometimes we overthink a little bit, but I absolutely, this is a Snapchat filter. My daughter's being silly, it was hilarious. She's the family joker. So I had to scrap that one. Oh, speaking of the family joker, same child. This was just super simple. I sewed around, double sewed around the edge of this cut file. I'm not sure if that is a Copa cut file or Paige Evans. I'm not sure. One or the other. Love that one. This one was me trying to use, sorry I have to flip it that way a little bit, trying to use giant flowers. I struggle with the giant flowers. Do you struggle with the giant flowers? And I sewed around the edges and a bit of paper tearing. It was super, super simple, but it looks nice. Is it my favourite? No, but I like it. Okay, this one I'm going to try not to blind you. I've drawn around the edges, so the border is just a drawn edge, just a messy border. Cut file, I think that one was from Paige Evans, and this is just Gizmo dressed up for Santa. He looks like he's miserable, but he actually loves it. So he's crazy. He's a cute boy. This one's a play on words. I struggle to use craft paper. I really do. So I got crafty. I cut it in craft paper, and then I just ended up using lots of florals, lots of flowers, and I've got a bead on me. Okay, so that's all it was. Chain link stitch around the edge. I thought it turned out pretty nice. I mean, you know, I don't know, craft, I struggle with craft paper. I don't know why. This one, super simple, not my favourite, but you know what? The dotted edge around, that's just all pen. It looks really good. I think it makes the page pop. This was just an Aldi paper pad, and just backed it onto some black, and look, some pages are just simple, just is what it is. Then you get pages like this. It took me quite a while. Okay, so I'll come up closer a little bit, not because you want to zoom in on me, but these are all, now these were just leftovers. They weren't, I didn't do it specifically like this. So it's an L shape, so you've got them going that way, and I just created like a herringbone pattern, and if I can come up closer, I think it looks fantastic. And then I just mitered the corners, and yeah, I think it allows you to use those really busy patterns, and I think it looks pretty good. And I just obviously used a simple photo because it was more about I wanted to do the pattern rather than the subject I was scrapbooking. This one, I love yellow. Okay, so I'm a yellow crazy, I love yellow. This one, don't think, there might be a YouTube video for this one, I'm not sure. If you have a look in my scrapbooking videos, you might find this one. You might not sure. Okay, so this one, what I did is this, okay, can you see what I've done there? So what I actually did was I sliced this white piece, and so I sliced it up there, along there, down there. I slipped through a piece of white, and then I sewed it. So I sewed it in place. So I sewed up there, machine stitched up there and down there, and then that's where I put my journaling. I just thought it was something different, and I did the hand embroidery chain link stitch around there, and yeah, it was more, this page was obviously my husband, but it was more about the different techniques, just different ways of doing things. So I really liked that one. This one was one I played with for a little bit. This one doesn't have a video. This was how I managed to get several photos on there. This embroidery took me forever. I'll be truthful. I love the look, but it just takes forever sometimes. So now what I do when I find a page that I really like, that I think, okay, I'll embroider that, I try and make it not so busy because it just takes forever. Machine stitch the border around the edge, and I managed to get 6 photos on there, so that worked. And then what have we got? This one is beautiful. I love this paper. See the foil? Absolutely loved it. I didn't want to cover up, I wanted this whole page. I didn't want to cover it up. So I didn't back the cut file. I used the cut file straight on, and it worked a treat. I just did a half a black border. I feel like it doesn't fit on the screen. Okay, so up there, and I think it looks really cute. What's this one? This is a Christmas just gone. playing with some different cut files. This is all one paper. I did some gold splatters on it. The gold splatters I use ink, which I've shown you before, but I'll show you now. Drawing ink. It is literally, that's the gold you get. It's great. Love that. And see how it stays really opaque and super glittery, and I love it. That's been my find of the last 2 years, I think. Now, I know this one has a YouTube. This is one of my first-ish YouTube pages. Texture paste in the background, all the paint, all the messy mixed media. I love mixed media, but what I have noticed is, there is a video for this, by the way. What I have noticed is a lot of my pages right back in the beginning that I've just put in albums, right back in the beginning, I say go back 3 years ago, they've warped considerably. So I'm definitely going to be rethinking how I do certain pages from now on. This one, there is a video for this one. This is where I used the chalk and the cute little puppy cut file. That's a cut file. I got it from the Cricut store. I think that's what we call it. And it was, yeah, it was one of the fonts in there. I can't tell you what font it was because being such a newbie to all of the whole Cricut thing, I totally forgot to write it down as I was doing it. I'm learning. Whoops. Okay. Oh, this is my double page. Okay, can I fit 2 on here? No, I can't because I'm zoomed in too far. It's just out of it. There is a video for this one. This is Bruce, our turtle. I'm glad I ended up doing this because we no longer have our turtle. He has been forwarded to a loving environment. I say he. He's actually a she, so we found out. And he's been forwarded to a beautiful new home where she is going to join a breeding program, which is great, which is all above board, and it's fantastic. So this one, there is also a video for this one. I can't really do this. If I zoom out, I think it's going to be too far out. So there is a video for this one, and it was super simple, thickers, straightforward. I was trying to use up these flowers because they are very specific colour. They're vellum, they're beautiful. However, alright, this one, I was actually pretty impressed with this. I'm not one that usually uses, you know, yellow, green, blue, red, you know, your primary colours. But this actually turned out pretty good. So this is page 1. Got some banners, some stickers. The hardest part on this whole thing for me was getting this triangle right. Why? Who knows? On that day, I struggled immensely matching the triangles on both sides. So I put it on this back paper. It was all, that's literally one piece of paper. So just looked like a corkboard, and I thought that looks perfect. So I added some brads to pin everything down. Lego, it was just Christmas. It was fun just to get a lot of, so I ended up getting on the 2 pages, I got 12 photos. And sometimes I like to show you how to fit more photos. And they're all 3x3, so they were decent sized photos. This one is also, I think there is also a video for this one. This was just super simple, Sunday afternoon, having a play. Lots of messy stitching. I actually did that on purpose, and you know what? If I didn't do it on purpose, it would look better. But the bottom one looked a bit better. Hey, we're all learning. We all get there in the end. So, what else? Oh snap. Oh, this was my one that I managed to fit. So these two doors open. And these are just all Snapchat photos that my teenager decided she would take photos and leave on my phone. So I printed them. So that was a super cute photo layout. And yes, there is a video for that one showing you how I actually did that. Added the flaps on there. It was really good. Okay, this one, oh, this was my foiling technique. This is literally the easiest thing on the planet, but it looks so good, so simple, and I love that background paper. That's from Craft Consortium. They've got a heap of new paper pads out, and the collections are just beautiful. You've got the pastels, you've got the brights, you've got the grungy green and blue and red and brown, and you know, like they're, oh, love them. And these words I literally cut with my die cutting machine, and they are a Tim Holtz mini letter. I do have a video for that, so if you want to know exactly what they are, jump onto the video and it's all in the links on each video. So this is my pandemic lockdown crazy layout. So what I wanted to do with, actually it goes this way. What I wanted to do with this layout, now let me get it to focus on something. Okay, can you see so what I did was I used a splat stamp, paint splatter stamp, and I put that all over the background, and I just used a clear embossing powder on top and melted it, and it looks how gross it should look, I suppose, for the topic. Okay, so we have that one. There is a video for this if you want to have a look and see how I did all this. This is how I have journaled my COVID experience with my family. And inside here, so I literally typed it all out because I felt that was the best way to do it, and I've magnetized it so it stays shut. And there's magnets behind here as well. So it's more detailed than what I usually do journaling wise, but I think COVID has required it. So that's those 2/4 pages. And we have this one. This was just a simple one as well. I love these colours at the moment. I think this is Jen Hatfield. I love these colours. And then with the gold, they're like muted olives, and I just love them. I just love all these. It's just beautiful. Love, love, love them. So nothing really to tell. Cut file was from, I think it's a Copa cut file, that one. And yep, you had me at woof. Now this video, if you go and have a look at this video, for some reason this video went crazy. I've got like over 1,000 views on this one. So super proud of that. Absolutely super proud. I used the Distress inks, and the cut file is from Pear Tree Cut Files, and see how it's wiggly around the edges? By doing the ink, it actually makes that stand out more, and I raised them all up on foam, so they're not giantly high because the foam that I use is only craft foam, and I'll see if I can get it to focus on it. See, it's only maybe 1 mil, 2 mil maybe, if I'm super, 2 mil. So it's 2 mil thick. So it doesn't bulk it out too much. So that was that page. Super proud of this page. It's one of my favourites. This one was just, I ended up using rub-ons. Yes, there is, sorry for that last one, obviously I said there's a video for that one. There's a video for this one as well. Just simple. I just did some fussy cutting, and I just love the colours in this Time to Relax P13 papers. I just love them. They're so beautiful. And because I dressed my kids in those sort of colours when they were younger, before they had opinions. That's alright. This is one that I did using the Uniquely Creative paper collection. Trying to think which collection it was. But I just fussy cut out all these. These are die cut out of white cardstock, and they are Uniquely Creative leaves. So the dies you can get from them, and they're still available. If you jump on this video, you can, there's links for them. I'm not affiliated or anything, I just do that so it makes it easy for you. There is no kickbacks for Karen. It just is what it is. It just makes it easier for you. This one is one that I did using ugly papers. Now I will zoom in so you can see. This was a 6x6 paper pad that I bought. It was $2.99, and when it arrived, it was horrid. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I truly, there was chickens on it, there was flowers, there's numbers, I didn't know. So what I did was grabbed a hexagon punch, punched them all out nice and small, smushed them all together, and then bazinga. That's how it turned out. These leaves and bits and pieces I got from some assemblage required Etsy shop, and yeah, they are awesome. Really good. Good purchase on my part. This one, there's not much to say for this one. I actually don't really like it that much. I did a lot of, so these are all 1-inch squares, cut in half, and just to create a really busy pattern in the background. And I think if I had have done it in a different paper collection, I probably would have liked it a bit more. But yeah, it's one of those that goes in our album because we've done it, not because we love it. Okay, this one I absolutely adore. These papers are stunning. I'm all about this muted shade of, what would you call it? There's the blues, the Hessian, the browns, the seafoam looking colour. I just love it. It just turned out so good. Again, another pear tree cut file, and it's absolutely beautiful. Love it so much. And yes, there is a video for that one as well. I think most of these last few have videos. This one was me playing with, I love these papers, but it doesn't scream dog, does it? But that's okay. I worked with it. These are flowers. Now let me try and get an angle. See, I've sort of bent them up. Now I backed some of them with, I'll hold it still, with tracing paper. Tracing paper has a bit more oomph than what vellum does, so it holds its shape a little bit better. And then I just glue the tip down and it works. So, and what I also discovered during making this is I bought some new border dies, and these were Ranger, Tim Holtz. What I discovered was if you roll it through once, then realign it, they actually don't cut all the way through right there. So you can create 12, 18, 24 inches of straight border. As many times as you want to put it through, you can create that. So I was absolutely wrapped with that. So thought I would let you know in case you didn't know that, because I didn't. This one, okay, why am I happy to show you this? Why do people rant and rave about art glitter glue? Okay, this is the glue. Okay, this is a manky bottle. Hang on, I'll get a cleaner bottle so you can see what it is. This is the glue. Okay, it dries clear. You can get it in Australia for my Aussie peeps. Why do people rave about this stuff? Now, I will show you something first. Alright, let me see. I'll just grab any old album. I also make albums like this, okay? Mini albums. I make them from scratch. If anyone's interested, I can show you. Alright, so these albums are... this doesn't have photos in it yet. So they open out. They've literally got foam in there. There's magnets involved. I make my own spines, waterfalls, you know, all this sort of bizzo. And art glitter glue holds this stuff down. It's amazing. Okay, so it's great for that. However, just move that out of the way for a minute. However, something that I wanted to try is I've bought these. Where did I put them? There was a packet of them. I've been buying different little bits of pretty things. Oh, here we are. Here we go. It's in here. So these are called glass domes. So if you order them from Uniquely Creative, that's what they call them. And they come in different sizes. So this one is 8mm, but I also have it in slightly smaller. This one I got on a different website. It's the same though. It's the same style of thing. This one's, I think, maybe 1mm bigger. And then, so these, now, if you look at them up close, you can see they're literally completely, oh, don't look at my nails, sorry, completely clear domes, right? How do you adhere that to your page? I was happy to realise, super happy, tiny dot of the glue, and look, because it dries crystal clear, you can actually see the texture through the dots. It has literally dried like a giant blob of water. It's I absolutely love it. Oh, these are, if you go and watch the video, you'll see how I put them on and everything. But these are craft sprinkles. They are so cute. They're adorable. So yeah, that's what I put on top of my cake. And yes, so there is a video for this one. This was a cut file. Now, when you look at this cut file, you can see that I've sewn it with metallic thread. My Cricut didn't cut it every single hole all the way around. I didn't mind that. I actually liked the fact that it was a little bit different, and the silver sort of, it accentuates it, but it doesn't border the word. I loved it. I actually loved how it turned out. So I think I had it on the wrong setting or something, but these little domes, they're so cute. You'll be seeing a lot more of those from me. This one was all about the stamp. So I'll just zoom at the stencil. There is a video for this. This is actually a sticker. So you roll the sticker on, get it all flat, and then go to town adding your paint over your stencil. And then you simply peel the sticker off and your stencil's gone, and you're left with beautiful stenciled artwork. I think, so what I was going to do with that, I ended up doing the Happily Ever After, and that's been cut twice, and I did a slight offset on it. So it sort of matched this. Now, I was going to do a strip up the side maybe of that. I ended up not doing it. I just put some diamantes on there and I just left it alone because sometimes I go too far. So I think we all do at some stage. So it just seemed to have a lot going on it. So, and I think another reason I'm not a super fan of this page is it doesn't have a border. And I'm just all about the border at the moment. So then you've got this one. This video was, so the page itself was more to show you how to create these rosettes. Now, if you have a look, they are very textured. You can see how textured they really are. Get Jen out of the way. Get it to focus on it. You can see how textured they are. And so there is a really big, they are going to take up a lot in your album. They are great for when I have them up on my wall, but when that goes in my album, it's going to take up a fair whack of space. So I don't do it very often, but I always do them in threes because it just looks better, I think. So that was that one, and that was my black and white. I'm trying to push myself to do black and white or something like that, and I just used a little bit of, actually that's a complete mistake, it just literally blobbed out, but it was a new pen. So it was the Uniquely Creative Shimmer pen. So, and I gave it a flick and it literally just came out, so it's alright. This one was me just doing a basic page. I wanted to bring it all back to basics. So I punched out some stars, all different sizes. I literally drew circles from a plate. I used a plate because I wanted you guys to have, it doesn't always have to be about the latest and greatest shiny new tool that you have to shell out for. You can use a dinner plate and some star punches. I mean, you can even cut stars from scratch. And I just ran a little bit of ink around each one. I grunged up the bottom paper a little bit, and that's it. That used 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper, and there was heaps left over, so it was good. There's videos for all these as well. This one was just me mucking around last weekend, missing my bestie, and so I decided to do a page using my inks, my distress inks, and there's a video for that one. And the title at the bottom, I just did that on my Cricut and I created an offset, so I had the black and white contrasting and just something different. Yeah, and yes, that's me being completely stupid, but hey, why not? This one, am I in love with it? No. Does it look like something's missing? Yes. Why does it look like something's missing? Because I'm used to the rule of threes. I'm used to having 3 clusters, and I appear like I have a cluster sort of here and here, but there's not a third one. That's, if you're looking at that and going, what's wrong with it? I really should have tried to put something up here or something over here, and it would have balanced it out a bit more. Live and learn. We all make mistakes. And I had a lot of trouble this day with my soot distress ink. It is so, I've worked out the problem. It's just because there's so much ink in the ink pad. It's just so juicy. That's what the problem was. So next time I will make sure I'm definitely not leaning over my 12 by 12 when I'm inking it up. And this is my latest little one that I've done. This one's got a video up there as well. This was done with the Time to Relax papers, and I didn't mount my photos, which is very, very, very unusual for me. And yeah, I think it turned out beautifully. So I just created a border. This was done with 6x6 paper pad. I used 3 pieces of paper and 1 piece of 12x12 in white, and I just went around the edges with ink and bazinga, and I did go through underneath here with some ink as well. So there's a video for that if you want to see it. So if you want to leave me a message below to see, you know, give me some things that you would like to see. As I said, I'm starting my next pile of things. Yeah, so what else can I tell you? That's about it, really. So I will see you in some more videos later this week. Have a wonderful scrappy weekend. Hopefully the weather's being delightful to you and you're either out taking photos to scrap, or maybe the weather's not so great and you're at home scrapping the photos from your last adventure out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will chat to you again soon, and thank you very much. Bye bye.